Welcome to a journey through the mysterious world of old Hollywood, where glamour and beauty were a currency, and the pursuit of perfection took extreme measures. In the dark side of old Hollywood's beauty standards, I will peel back the layers of the past to uncover the secrets, the sacrifices, and the shocking stories behind the iconic celebrities you thought you knew. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Laura, and today we're going to dive deep into the glitz and glamour of old Hollywood while uncovering the dark side of the beauty standards that many iconic celebrities of that era were subjected to. In this video, we will explore the extreme diets that some of these famous stars followed in their pursuit of the perfect Hollywood look. Before we dive into the extreme diets, let's take a step back in time to understand the context of old Hollywood. The golden age of Hollywood, which spanned from the 1920s to the 1960s, was a time of glitz, glamour, and unattainable beauty standards. Stars were expected to be flawless both on and off screen. During this period, Hollywood studios such as MGM, Warner Brothers, Paramount, and Universal Pictures dominated the film industry. These studios controlled every aspect of movie production, from casting and screenwriting to distribution, creating a tightly controlled system. The Golden Age saw the rise of legendary actors and actresses who became cultural icons. Personalities like Marilyn Monroe, Clark Gable, Audrey Hepburn, and Humphrey Bogart, as well as Bette Davis and Cary Grant, captivated audiences worldwide with their talent and charisma. The Golden Age of Hollywood was also known for the extravagant lifestyles of its stars. These celebrities were often perceived as larger-than-life figures, and their personal lives were widely followed by the public and the media. Old Hollywood had its own set of beauty ideals, and these ideals often meant that stars had to go to great lengths to maintain their looks. The perfect Hollywood beauty was slender with a tiny waist, porcelain skin, and a long, flowing hair. But how did celebrities achieve and maintain these standards? Let's explore some of the extreme diets they resorted to. So first on the list is Marilyn Monroe. And Marilyn Monroe's diet has been a subject of fascination and discussion for decades. The iconic Hollywood actress and model had a physique that many admired, and her approach to diet and nutrition has been a topic of curiosity. It's essential to note that her diet varied throughout her life and career, but several aspects are commonly associated with Marilyn Monroe's eating habits. First is calorie control. Marilyn Monroe was known for her awareness of calories and portion control. She often watched her calorie intake, which included monitoring her portion size to maintain her figure. She reportedly favored a diet that consisted of lean proteins like chicken, fish, and steak, accompanied by vegetables. This balanced approach to nutrition provided her with essential nutrients and protein to support her active lifestyle. Marilyn engaged in regular exercise to stay fit. She was known to practice yoga and performed calisthenics to maintain her figure. She also drank raw eggs and milk. One of the more unusual aspects of Marilyn Monroe's diet was her consumption of raw eggs mixed with warm milk. While this may seem unusual today, it was believed to be a source of protein, and she used it as a dietary supplement. And she definitely indulged. Despite her efforts to control her diet, Marilyn Monroe also allowed herself indulgences. She had a fondness for sweets and occasionally enjoyed desserts like hot fudge sundaes. Her balanced approach included both healthy eating and occasional treats. Marilyn understood the importance of staying hydrated and often drank plenty of water to maintain her skin's radiant appearance. Marilyn's eating habits could be influenced by her stress and her emotional state. During difficult periods in her life or when dealing with emotional challenges, she sometimes struggled with her diet and weight. Marilyn Monroe's use of prescription medications, including barbiturates and sedatives, may have influenced her eating habits and overall health. These medications can impact appetite and your metabolism. It's important to emphasize that Marilyn Monroe's approach to diet and nutrition was influenced by the beauty standards and pressures of the entertainment industry during her time. She faced the same challenges and expectations as many Hollywood stars did in her era. Marilyn Monroe's dietary choices and lifestyle continue to be of interest to fans and scholars, and they offer insights into the complexities of fame, beauty standards, and the challenges faced by many celebrities in the spotlight. However, it's worth noting that her diet was a product of her time and should not necessarily be seen as a model for healthy eating. I feel like she did eat quite healthy, to be honest, in the scheme of things. Definitely a low-carb diet, but she was healthy looking to me. Additionally, you might want to explore Marilyn Monroe's exercise routine. She mentioned that she used 5-pound weights until she felt fatigued because she preferred a more flexible and less regimented approach to exercise. I feel like I do that when I do weightlifting. I'll just do a few arm weights, but then I'll just kind of stop once it starts burning. But I don't do it in an extreme, more of a flexible approach, I guess you could say. Elvis Presley, the legendary king of rock and roll, was not only known for his music and charismatic stage presence, but also for his unique and sometimes unconventional diet. Elvis's eating habits have become the stuff of legend, and they offered a fascinating glimpse into his life and personality. And here's a closer look at Elvis Presley's diet. Elvis was born and raised in Tupelo, Mississippi, and later moved to Memphis, Tennessee. His diet reflected his Southern roots, which meant a love for hearty, indulgent, and flavorful Southern cuisine. One of the most iconic elements of Elvis's diet was his love for fried foods. Fried chicken in particular was a favorite of his. He also enjoyed fried peanut butter and banana sandwiches, which became known as the Elvis sandwich. Elvis loved Southern comfort foods, and biscuits smothered in rich sausage gravy were a regular part of his diet. I do love Southern biscuits, they're so good. Elvis had a notorious sweet tooth as well. He had a strong affinity for sugary treats like Twinkies, Ding Dongs, and sugary sodas. His favorite dessert was undoubtedly the peanut butter and banana sandwich, often fried and sometimes drizzled with honey. Elvis was known for his generous portion sizes. He also liked his meals to be filling and satisfying. Elvis had an habit of eating late at night. He often indulged in midnight snacks, which sometimes included fried foods and sweets. Over the years, Elvis's diet and lifestyle choices took a toll on his health. He struggled with weight gain and various health issues, including high blood pressure and heart problems. At times, Elvis made efforts to adopt a healthier diet. He occasionally tried diets and exercise routines to manage his weight, but these efforts were often short-lived. It's important to note that Elvis's health was influenced by factors beyond his diet. He was prescribed various medications which contributed to his health problems and ultimately played a role in his untimely death in 1977. Elvis Presley's diet has become an enduring part of his legacy, often mentioned alongside his music and cultural impact. His love for comfort food and his indulgent eating habits have become legendary in their own right. Elvis Presley's diet was a reflection of his Southern heritage and his personal preferences. While his love for fried and indulgent foods is well documented, it's essential to recognize that his dietary choices were just one aspect of his complex life, and his health issues were influenced by a combination of factors. Elvis remains an enduring and cultural icon, and his unique diet is part of the folklore surrounding his legendary persona. It's really sad towards the end of his life, but I think a lot of it had to do with all the pills he was taking too, not so much the diet, but maybe a combination of the two. And next we have Judy Garland. Judy Garland, the iconic actress and singer, had a complex relationship with her diet and struggled with weight-related issues throughout her life. Her dietary choices varied over the years, and her experiences highlight the challenges and pressures faced by many in the entertainment industry. And here's an overview of Judy Garland's diet and her relationship with food. As a young actress in Hollywood, Judy Garland was subjected to strict dietary control by the studio system. She was put in a controlled diet to maintain a specific appearance that adhered to the beauty standards of the time. These diets were often low in calorie and limited in variety. Judy Garland was introduced to amphetamines, commonly known as uppers, and barbiturates, often referred to as downers, at a young age to manage her weight and energy levels. This use of prescription drugs would have significant health consequences later in her life. Garland's weight fluctuated throughout her career, and she faced criticism and pressure to maintain a specific image. Her experiences with body image issues and the stress of public scrutiny took a toll on her mental and physical health. Garland was known to turn to food for comfort during stressful periods in her life. Emotional eating was a coping mechanism for her, which further complicated her relationship with food and weight. She made various attempts to manage her weight through dieting, often resorting to crash diets. These diets were often unsustainable and had short-lived results. And Judy did have indulgent food preferences, and she was known to enjoy certain treats such as chocolates and ice cream, though these indulgences were typically in moderation. Garland's struggles with diet, prescription medications, and mental health issues had significant repercussions on her health and contributed to her tragic and early death in 1969. And it's important to understand that Judy Garland's experiences of diet and body image were shaped by the harsh beauty standards and pressures of the entertainment industry during her era. Her story serves as a reminder of the challenges faced by many celebrities, especially women, who were often expected to conform to unrealistic beauty ideals. And I think obviously it was the studio system that got her hooked on all of these drugs. While her struggles with diet and mental health are part of her legacy, it's crucial to approach these topics with empathy and understanding. And now let's talk about some famous diets in old Hollywood. So the first one is the Cabbage soup diet, and this particular diet has been a favorite among celebrities since the 80s and maybe even earlier as a method for rapid weight loss. And the approach involves preparing a substantial batch of cabbage soup at the start of the week and consuming it along with a few additional items like bananas, tomatoes, and beef over the course of 7 days. And the outcome is a weight loss of up to 10 pounds. However, nutrient experts emphasize that losing 10 pounds of actual fat within such a short time frame is physically implausible. Instead, cabbage soup diets are likely to lead to the shedding of water weight, and Sarah Michelle Gellar and Dolly Parton have openly admitted to using this diet before significant events. Let me know in the comments below if any of you have tried the cabbage soup diet. Next, we have the tapeworm diet. The tapeworm diet was a dangerous and controversial weight loss method that gained some popularity in the early to mid 20th century, including among some old Hollywood stars. The diet involved ingesting tapeworm cysts or eggs in the hope that the tapeworm would live in the digestive system and consume some of the ingested food, thereby helping the individual lose weight. It's important to note that this diet was not only ineffective, but also posed serious health risks, and it is strongly discouraged. I mean, the problem is like, how do you get rid of the tapeworm once it's like, you're sick of it and you've lost weight? That would creep me out knowing that there was a worm living in me, but that's just me. While there have been rumors and anecdotes about old Hollywood stars trying the tapeworm diet, it is challenging to verify the accuracy of these claims. Some sources suggest that personalities like Maria Callas, the famous opera singer, and reportedly even Mae West, the iconic actress, were rumored to have experimented with this dangerous diet method. However, such claims often lack concrete evidence and should be taken with caution. And the tapeworm diet was widely condemned by medical professionals and health experts due to its severe health risks, including malnutrition, infection, and damage to vital organs. It is essential to prioritize safe and healthy methods of weight management. And next, we have the cigarette diet. Smoking was not only a common habit among Hollywood stars, but also promoted as a way to suppress appetite. Cigarette companies often use celebrities to endorse their products, further reinforcing the link between smoking and beauty. And we will dive into how this dangerous habit was glamorized in Hollywood. In the late 1920s, the American Tobacco Company started linking Lucky Strike cigarettes to weight management in an effort to expand their potential customer base. And it was successful. Cigarettes were marketed as a hunger-satisfying solution devoid of fats and carbohydrates. It seemed like a miraculous product for those seeking to maintain a slim waistline. The American Tobacco Company used persuasive slogans such as "reach for a Lucky" instead of a sweet, or "you can't hide fat, clumsy ankles." When tempted to overindulge, reach for a Lucky instead. The cigarette diet is not a recognized or recommended diet plan. Rather, it refers to a harmful and dangerous practice of using cigarettes as a means to suppress appetite and lose weight. I know a lot of models back in the day smoked a lot too to maintain their weight. Smoking for weight control has been a common misconception, but it poses severe health risks and is not legitimate or safe. While there were old Hollywood movie stars known for smoking, It is crucial to emphasize that this was not a healthy or effective way to manage weight. I mean, back in the day, I think people just didn't realize the health problems of smoking. During the golden age of Hollywood, smoking was prevalent in the entertainment industry, and many actors and actresses were smoking on and off screen. Some of the notable old Hollywood stars who were known for their smoking habits included Humphrey Bogart, and this legendary actor was an iconic smoker both on and off screen. And when he was on screen, he always had a cigarette in hand. I don't think he lived very long either. And the sultry actress Lauren Bacall, who was often paired with Bogart in films, was also a smoker, and she was known for her distinctive deep voice. Bette Davis, one of the greatest actresses of her time, was a smoker and was often seen with a cigarette in films. I think she even smoked until her old age. While Katharine Hepburn's smoking habits were not as heavily publicized as some others, she was known to smoke occasionally during her lifetime. And next we have the pill and amphetamine use for dieting. Prescription pills and amphetamines were widely used in old Hollywood to control weight. Many celebrities relied on these substances to stay slim and maintain their energy levels during long hours of filming. The consequences of these practices were often devastating and lifelong addiction. The use of prescription pills and amphetamines was not uncommon in old Hollywood, and various movie stars from that era were known to have used these substances for various reasons, including weight control, energy, and stress management. It's important to note that the use of these drugs was often kept private, and some of these individuals struggled with addiction and health consequences. And here are a few old Hollywood movie stars who had been associated with the use of prescription pills and amphetamines. The iconic actress and singer Judy Garland struggled with addiction and prescription drugs, including amphetamines and barbiturates, which she began taking as a teenager and a young girl with the guidance of the studio doctor. So they're the ones who got her hooked. Marilyn Monroe, one of the most famous actresses of her time, reportedly used prescription pills and amphetamines to manage stress and maintain her appearance. Her struggles with addiction are well documented. And while primarily known as a musician, Elvis Presley also appeared in several films. He had a history of prescription drug abuse, including amphetamines, which contributed to many health issues later on in life. The beloved actor Mickey Rooney faced issues related to prescription drug addiction, including amphetamines, which he used to cope with his demanding schedule. I think the studio gave it to him as well when he was working alongside Judy Garland. Hedda Hopper, a prominent gossip columnist and actress, reportedly used amphetamines to maintain her energy levels for her busy career in the entertainment industry. Although not a traditional old Hollywood star, Edie Sedgwick was a notable figure in the 1960s film and art scene. She was known for her association with the artist Andy Warhol and her struggles with amphetamine use. And these examples highlight the prevalence of prescription pill and amphetamine use in old Hollywood. And yeah, it's crazy. I feel like even up until the 80s, 90s, and probably even now, there's such a strong use of drugs in Hollywood. It's important to note that the extreme diets and beauty standards in old Hollywood were not solely the choices of individual celebrities. Studios played a significant role in shaping the image of their stars. Contracts often included clauses about weight and appearance, putting immense pressure on actors to conform. The old Hollywood studio system, which thrived from the 1920s to the 1960s, was a highly structured and centralized system of film production that exerted significant control over the actors, their careers, and their public image. As part of this system, studios often imposed strict dietary routines on actors to shape their appearance and for them to conform to certain beauty standards. Actors in the studio system were typically under long-term contracts with major film studios like MGM, Warner Brothers, and Paramount, and these contracts granted studios considerable authority over every aspect of an actor's career, including their roles, public image, and personal life. Maintaining a specific image was crucial for actors in Hollywood. Studios meticulously crafted and controlled the public personas of their stars to align with societal beauty ideals. Female actors were often expected to have a particular Hollywood figure characterized by a slim waist and a curvy figure. Studios would often hire dietitians, nutritionists, and trainers to work with their contracted actors. Actors' diets were tailored to meet the studio's vision of their ideal image. These diets were often low in calorie, restricted in certain food groups. Regular weight checks were common. Actors were expected to maintain a specific weight, and deviations could lead to being fired and your contract terminated. And weight fluctuations due to normal factors like aging or illness were not tolerated. The pressures to conform to beauty standards were intense. Actors who did not meet these standards were often subjected to criticism, body shaming, and public humiliation. To achieve and maintain the desired appearance, some actors resorted to extreme diets and practices such as crash diets, fasting, and even taking appetite-suppressing medications. The use of prescription drugs, including amphetamines, to control appetite and energy levels were not uncommon. The extreme diets and pressure to maintain a specific weight took toll on the physical and mental health of many actors. Health issues such as malnutrition, eating disorders, and substance abuse were not uncommon. Some actors, such as Bette Davis and Olivia de Havilland, challenged the studio system and its dietary restrictions through lawsuits, leading to changes in contractual practices. The studio system began to decline in the late 50s and early 60s due to various factors, including legal challenges, changing societal norms, and economic shifts in the film industry. The old Hollywood studio system, with its emphasis on controlling every aspect of an actor's career, including their diet and appearance, was a reflection of the era's societal norms and the pursuit of idealized beauty standards. While it played a pivotal role in shaping Hollywood's golden age, it also subjected many actors to intense scrutiny and pressure, often at the expense of their well-being. And over time, the decline of the studio system led to a more decentralized and actor-friendly Hollywood landscape. I feel like it would be horrible back then to be working for one of those studios, and you couldn't even choose the movies that you wanted to do. The relentless pursuit of Hollywood's often unattainable beauty standards has cast a deep shadow on the mental health of numerous stars in the industry, especially a lot of child stars. The ceaseless pressure to embody a specific physical ideal characterized by youth, slender figures, and flawless appearances has created a hostile environment fraught with stress, anxiety, and insecurities. Many actors and actresses grapple with body image issues and a persistent fear of falling short of industry expectations. As we fast forward to the present day, we can see how beauty standards have evolved. Today, we celebrate diversity and body positivity. Advocating for acceptance and self-love is essential to reflect on how far we've come, while acknowledging the lessons we can learn from the past. As we wrap up this exploration of the dark side of old Hollywood's beauty standards, it's crucial to remember that the pressure to conform to extreme diets and ideals was a product of its time. We've come a long way, and I still think there are weird, unrealistic pressures with a lot of things and beauty ideals. I feel like that'll never go away. Obviously, it's not as bad as it was back then with the studios not controlling your life. And thank you for joining me on this journey through the extremes of old Hollywood's beauty standards. And it's definitely essential to remember that beauty comes in all shapes and sizes, and we should celebrate our uniqueness. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you like more of this vintage old Hollywood content. And until next time, and don't forget to check out some of my other old Hollywood videos. See you guys again soon. Bye.